ultimate playbook for fine prevention and risk mitigation.
Hi everyone, I'm Olegs Cernisevs. I have laureate in the economic affairs, and also I'm doctor of the economic science. But honestly saying, what I would like to speak today, not about the science, but about our everyday life. Within my 25 years of experience in banking, I'm all the time hearing the questions: what we should do to avoid the fines, what we should do to organize the work, and all that on. And within last year, I heard the same questions from the gaming industry, since that industry is starting to be regulated. And then we should see what that definitely is the majority and the essence of that management. It's, of course, a corporate governance. And honestly saying, no one is understanding what is governance, what you should do, and how you should govern all that. And therefore, let's see about the pillars. We definitely would like accountability, transparency, fairness, and responsibility. Everyone would like that. And we know that we would like that. But how to achieve it? Since simple stuff, you know, there is AML, there is some requests from the regulators, there are some questions from the cybersecurity. We also heard a lot of stuff currently from the panel of the cybersecurity, of the cryptocurrencies and the cybersecurity with that. And all that question should be implemented within the work of the gaming company, and even not. I mean, sometimes even affiliates are regulated and they're requested to do that. And therefore, to achieve these pillars, you should have clear and understandable strategy, what I should do. And that is all the time questions. When I heard, I have fantastic staff, they know what to do, you know, you're not controlling what is happening, since at the end you may realize that this fantastic staff doing something wrong or doing something incomplete. And you will find it when the regulator or any, for example, auditors will come and say, look, you have some insufficiencies. But to avoid that, these some absolutely understandable key features. Who is responsible? The effective board, yes. Effective committees, yes. This means everyone. Not the board, not the risk manager, not the compliance manager is who is doing all this job. All company do it that. Therefore, everyone is involved, and that means that this team should play together fantastically good. Otherwise, you will have gaps. But how to do that? How you can, from the perspective of the management, from the perspective of the controller, how you understand that definitely they're playing good and playing together, and the same game, by the way. That is internal controls. There are a lot of them, you see. Risk management, audit, continuity, compliance, security, a lot of them. And this means that principally, when we're speaking about the governance, which is protecting us from the fines, we see some complete picture. And this complete picture somehow should appear. It's not appearing by himself, it's absolutely understandable, but sometimes they say, okay, but how can I measure? How can I read it? How can I understand what should I do? And then we are going, okay, this is, everyone know what will happen after that. Let's do immediately to that. What is happening is definitely the strategy of working with risk. I've heard, you know, I have risk officer, doesn't interfere, doesn't know what he is doing. Wrong, since the risk officer is in company doing the job to offer the management the possibility to understand where these gaps are. And of course, maybe offer some solutions, but the final decision is from the board. Therefore, the board and also all the people who is involved in the governance should understand what we're definitely doing in this case. And let's see. Let's identify. We should identify definitely what we should have. Our compliance officer is saying, okay, there is some legislation part we should implement. That should be done from the ML. That should be done from the compliance. That should be done all the stuff. Okay, identified. Then we should understand our vulnerabilities. And here, why I can say, okay, that is bad, that is bad, that is bad. Since your business is unique. And despite they are very common, but you have all unique steps, unique products, unique customers, unique target groups, and therefore that unique stuff should be identified. And therefore, of course, you have unique vulnerabilities, and you also have unique stuff. Therefore, you should respond, you should mitigate, adopt the new mitigation strategies, and then you can go live or even continue to work with a sharp strategy. But what is this threat? Sometimes definitely people say, okay, it's a threat, it's risk. Yes and no. Since the threat is something what is happening outside, and that is also what you should define. It's very easy. Since, for example, if the car incident when the car crashed the vitrina of the shop, the threat is a car crash. What is vulnerabilities? That this glass was very weak. Easy. Both this stuff is doing you a risk. If, for example, the glass will be more solid, and the car does not crash inside the stuff, the risk will be lower. Easy, like it is. If, for example, you will prevent the threats to appear, put in the barrier. You're decreasing. This is mitigation measures. Therefore, honestly saying, I believe that it's very easy to avoid that stuff. But of course, we're not speaking about the car crash. We're speaking a little bit much more complicated stuff. And therefore, let's see. There's 11 different risks which is inside the company. There is some threats. Since normally, for example, last time I've done for our company, there's 278 different threats which can appear. And they are unique for us, taking into account that we have different stories. But that it can be done by yourself very easy. Understanding where these threats are manifesting. I mean, for example, we understand that failure of power supply does not, for example, doesn't go to the governances, but affect the health, safety, and ICT risk, and so on. That table should be prepared by everyone. By the way, a lot of regulators asking you to do that, since that is a part of the risk management. Let's see also what we should assess. Vulnerabilities has the same, honestly saying, the same picture, and you should assess them by impact and likelihood. What it is. Easy. Your specialist is saying, for example, if that the car crashed your vitrinas and my risk is, for example, very high, and then if likelihood is definitely done from the perspective of how often the car is crashed. By the way, I must add that despite that it's very easy and very understandable part of the risk management, in the gaming industry, no one is doing that stuff. And I'm currently speaking about, again, not about the car crash, but I'm speaking, for example, about non-identified customers. I'm speaking about the weakness of the procedures. I'm speaking about the non-existence of the internal auditor. And all that measures should be definitely verified. That the same table for the vulnerabilities. And at the end, a little bit mathematics. Since we can, by this simple formula, we can calculate the risk. What it gives to you? It gives the possibility to understand how and which definitely risks are for you definitely important. In this case, management can understand, I should go there. It's very easy for all the banking industry. We are doing that years. But currently, what I see from the gaming industry, a lot of people saying, guys, I don't understand what should I do. I don't understand that it's so easy to calculate that. And for the gaming industry, it will be the valuable possibility to create this governance. I don't know if you know, but some companies, gaming companies, was closed due to that governance issues. Therefore, what I should say, that any part of your activity should be controlled, and fine can be avoided simply by controlling what happened in the company. And what I'm saying is that there's no magic inside. There's very easy and mathematic inside all this assessment. And doing that, all the management may say, okay, I understand. I should change that one, that one, and that one, and that one. And my mitigation measures should be absolutely understandable. In this case, even showing regulator that you've done this very easy job, you can show that you do a lot of efforts to make your company sound, to work in relations. And only this stuff is showing that you definitely paying attention to the governance of this thing. So easy, and I believe it will help you in a matter. Thank you very much.